What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. You guys were sitting pretty at $390, about that right now, a little bit below $390. I have bought more Bitcoin Cash literally at this price. I actually just bought it at $390 on the dot. Normally I don't do it on the dot, but I don't know, I felt like doing it today. Normally I go like just above or just below, because most people put their buy orders in at like round numbers. So if you're a little bit ahead of that or a little bit below that, you know, like it can secure your position a little bit faster without giving up any like significant cost opportunity. I forget what the word is. I think that might be it. But anyways, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more content, guys. Thank you all for being here. Let's get started. Let's talk about some TA for BCH. We are at the lowest readings on the weekly RSI that we've been, like, really all bull cycle, right? I mean, since the low point, since we moved up here, we have not been this low. Come on, why is it doing this? Why can't I get it right? There we go. The lowest it's been, right? This is also the highest low on a macro scale that we have. I mean, I suppose it's lower than this low, but is this low not lower than this low here or lower than this low here, but it's still a higher low, you know what I mean? All in all, to say it's a pretty dramatic difference for how high up we are. So I actually think it's a good thing, right? The price has not cooled off nearly as much as the RSI has. The RSI has cooled off a lot. It might be more ready to run, recover. We've got a lot of room to grow before we even get to these overbought areas where we're overextended and we might need to cool off, right? So that leaves us room to grow. Let me put it in other words. Let me show you instead of tell you, right? What I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. We moved up this much, okay? We moved up that much. And we did it from here, right here in the RSI, okay? And that line's actually bigger. I need to make it a better distance. Let's see, something like that right there. Okay, about that length, okay? From the current place, if we were to move up that same length, right, we wouldn't even be as overbought as we were before. And that moved us this much last time. So that would send us up past $1,000, but we still have more room to be overbought. You follow what I'm saying here, right? So all I was saying a second ago is the fact that we have given up so much in the RSI, but not given up so much in the price, all that does is leave room for us to run, right? If we were to even do like less good as we did last time, we would still have a lot of room to run. I wonder, actually, I'm kind of curious. Let's see, low to high. We're all going to figure it out right now. I'm not going to measure this low to this high. I'm going to get the move, which I think I want to count this, but I'm going to count this because this was still in this range. You broke it here, so we're going to count it here to this high. 263, 174, smaller, right? I mean, who knows? When we break this range, it'll probably be here. So like maybe we don't do 174, maybe because we went 263, 174. Maybe we go to like 80 or 90%. I don't know. That would take us just below 1,000. That would be so disappointing. I would love to break 1,000. We're gonna break 1,000. We're gonna pretend that we're growing. How about that? Anyways, guys, that was just a quick little thing. Don't pay any attention to that. I was more curious to see what the comparison was of the overall growth that we saw here. Looking at the daily RSI, we are oversold. It's the most oversold that we've been in quite some time, since August of last year, and we've only been below this oversold zone a handful of times really in the past like couple of years, like really, right? Going all the way back to June of 2022. We got in it once, got out of it, got back into it here. So once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, right? I've got more fingers on my hands than I do amounts of times that we've been oversold in the daily RSI over the last 2 years. 2 years, right? One of those years we were still in the bear market, actually, or coming out of it, right? This is the bull market. We're probably going to be less oversold than we were in the bear market, right? We're not going to be here for long. We're not going to be here for long. And I personally did not plan on buying more Bitcoin Cash. We're sitting at 390 and 54 cents right now. I'm up 54 cents per Bitcoin Cash that I bought. Hell yeah. That's I did not plan on buying more Bitcoin Cash because it is my biggest position. and I feel like it's better to diversify at times, but I got to myself, right? All this talk, all this bullish talk about Bitcoin Cash, and the message that I've been delivering, which is this message right here, is that we will not be below this price of $400. We will not be below this forever. But when we get above it, likely, in my opinion, we're going to stay above it forever. We are not down here forever, but we will stay above it forever. You know what I mean? Like that, this in my lifetime could be, and in your lifetime too, could be one of the last, if not the literal last opportunity to buy Bitcoin Cash below $400. Now I say that, if the price goes here, and this is technically still true, right? It's just a little bit lower now. But I wouldn't be worried, you know, even if it's not today or tomorrow or later this week that we're above this price. I would expect by the end of this month, if not very early next month, we would be above this price. So whatever happens in the more immediate terms, I'm not worried about it. And again, looking at the RSI with the oversold zone, I just don't see us going too much lower if we go lower at all. We could, but I think that we found our low. I really do. We could go lower from the current price. We could go lower than 390. I just don't think that we're going to go lower than this 370 price. If we do, it'll be by barely is what I'm thinking. But looking at the 4-hour time frame, very bearish 4-hour time frame. It has the potential right now to be set up in a bullish fashion. We have bounced and held the 40 area here after moving up a little bit in this stair step. We need the next step up. We need to get above the 50, and even that's not good enough. The real test would be getting above the 60. I want to see a positive interaction with the bullish area of control, which is the 60 level. The same way that we found support here, I want us to break above this and find support here. That would convince me that we really have found a momentary low, and then what we do with that afterwards, how far up we go, would convince me as well. So you guys, we really could be above $400 and to never see below it again by the end of today, by the end of tomorrow, sometime this week. And if it's not this week, I would think it's within the next like week and a half or so, but I can be wrong on that. You know, timing is not always the easiest thing to do or gauge, but that's kind of the best that I got. Let me see, is there anything else that we want to look at before the video ends? I mean, this is the furthest that we've been away from the green line, the 123. It's the greatest distance that we've had from this line that's held us as support. It's the greatest distance we've had from it this whole cycle, to just show at how much of a relative discount we're at, right? We're still forming higher lows, right? We've got higher highs. We're still in a bull trend. I don't think that we're going to take this low out for that reason, which is why I say if this isn't the low, we're not going to drop by much. I very much doubt that we're going to drop by much. M-Hat, shout out to M-Hat for bringing this one up. The 200 moving average, right? We're still holding that pretty damn well. Now the thing is, the kicker for me here is that we haven't really had a positive reaction. We're hugging it, which isn't generally a good look, but if we look back at this reaction here, there were a couple times we had little pops, but we basically hugged it this whole time and still inevitably had a positive reaction. So generally speaking, you don't want to hug it for too long, but even if you do, I mean, it's just generally speaking, it's not always, right? And this thing seems to not mind. It actually has a friendly relationship with that 200 area. Did not close below it. I guess you closed below it one day here, but barely, and you got right back above it. So I would kind of expect the same if we go below this price. Any price that we go below the 200-day moving average at all, which at this current time is at about $380.66. Any price below there is going to be very short-lived. You might blink and it's over. You might wake up and it happened while you were sleeping and it's done. It'll, you know what I mean? Like, it's going to be very quick, if at all it happens. I don't even know if we're going to get back below there, but for anybody, this part of the video before I end, this is for you. For the people who are sitting on their hands waiting to buy Bitcoin Cash because they think it's going to go below $300. They think that they didn't catch the low here at 372 and 389 is just not good enough. You want to try to catch that low. I get it, man. It's nice to be perfect, but you're not going to be perfect. You know who sold or who bought this low down here? It was probably one person, right? There were probably multiple people who bought around this low, but it was probably one person who actually buys the actual low, one person who actually sells the actual top, right? It's not that you can't be that one person. I've been that one person before. I've seen it where my order has literally been the actual top in price or the actual bottom in price. It happens, and it feels good when it happens. It's just not common. Don't count on it, right? There's nothing wrong with, instead of trying to be perfect, with I mean, you're still buying the low, man. Like if you bought here or you bought here, but you sold here on either, like, does it really matter? I mean, you're still, obviously you'd rather have the lower buy, but I'm just saying it doesn't matter too much. Don't get caught waiting too long, right? If you're waiting, this is what we say in the crypto space, right? If you're waiting for lower prices, you're gonna keep waiting. You're gonna keep waiting, right? Keep on waiting. They might come one day, not today, probably not tomorrow. That's just my personal opinion. None of that's financial advice. Do what you want, but I think I'm going to end it there, guys. I don't know if I have anything else I want to say. In classic C-Zar fashion, I am going to do extra things now that I've said that. Looking at the daily ribbon here, we've disrespected it. I don't know if I put too much weight on that, but it doesn't look good, to be fair. The weekly ribbon looks a lot better. That's for sure, more constructive. And the monthly ribbon, still looking good. It just takes a lot more time to kind of form, but we are looking like we're going to get across. You guys, this monthly cross would just be so bullish. It would be everything that we've been saying, right? That things are different this cycle. It'd be a real testament, but we've got some work to do. The further away we get from this ribbon, the more that yellow line will climb, the more that we'll flip it. So looking forward to that. Let's put on a 3-day time frame here and just see. 3-day is still bullish. Love to see that, yeah. The way the 3-day looks, man, I would expect that we see a move, yeah, like very soon, up to like 450 or beyond in a very short amount of time, right? Based on this chart. It's a 3-day chart, so I mean, it could take, if it took 3 candles, that would be a week and a half, right? Which that kind of fits with what I've been saying, actually. So, do we have anything else? I don't know. We can look at the 3 months, sure. Yeah, that's not going to help us. Yeah, I don't know, man. At this point, I think I'm done. So hit that like button, subscribe if you want to see more. Last opportunities, man. All aboard, choo choo. We're about to go, and that's a poor analogy because we are on dragons, man. They don't choo choo. I don't even know what sound a dragon makes. Watch Lord of the Rings. You can figure it out for yourself. But man, this is prime buying opportunity. I wish I had more money to buy more. Genuinely, the amount that I bought, it was decent. You know, I'm glad that we bought it, but I wish that I had more to buy because I'm looking at my Bitcoin Cash total, and I'm looking at what the price is now, and it's just not going to be here forever. So take that for what you will. Hit that like button one last time. I'll see you guys on the next one. Have a good one. Bye bye.